still feel like we're cut out.
Trying not to
really
he's like, God damn it, hold still. Hey, this is Megan
and Sue,
the Spine Breakers. And today we are going to come at you with another If You Got It, Read It challenge video.
Yep. Sorry, I'm distracted by Murphy.
He's very cute.
Tail just going over here.
His little tippy tail.
But the challenge that we're going to be discussing today is to read a book that you bought on a friend's recommendation.
And while we do that, we are going to be drinking this GFJ India Pale Ale, or IPA.
GFJ IPA. I think GFJ stands for something about grapes. Like grapefruit.
For
Grapefruit Jungle. That's what it was.
Grapefruit Jungle. Okay, and this is from
Bye-bye.
Sun King Brewing in Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indiana. Cheers. Oh, it's tasty.
Yeah, I like this one.
That's good. I like the fruity IPAs a lot.
Me too.
That's nice.
Yes. Okay.
So what did you read for this challenge?
I read The Deep by Rivers Solomon with David Diggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snipes. And I bought this on Megan's recommendation.
So good.
Because she said it was great. So this book is about mer people who are descendant of the children of pregnant African women who were thrown overboard on slave ships. And in the book, you're following this one character who, her role in the community is to be like the memory keeper, basically. And so she holds all these memories of the, very traumatic history of their people. And she's having a hard time with that. I absolutely love this book.
So good.
It is so good. I would recommend it to anyone. I gave it 5 stars. And it is based on, the reason it has, says with David Diggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snipes is because it is based on a song by their rap group, which is called Clipping. And the song is called The Deep. I'll put a link to it below. It's a pretty cool song.
It is really cool. It's like sci-fi in music form.
Yeah,
it's
and
really cool.
They actually were inspired by a band called Drexcia. Their music and the sort of mythos of their whole thing they had going on,
which is pretty
boss. So it's a book inspired by a song that was inspired by
a music group,
a musical group.
So yeah,
I definitely would recommend it. It has a lot to do with cultural grieving, I would say, like communal grieving. And the fact that
how culture is passed down,
yes.
And should it be passed down if it's painful, and is it more painful for it not to be?
And I mean, it's going to be passed down whether you want it to or not.
Right.
It's been proven that things that affect your ancestors still have an effect on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also a little bit of a love story in there that I wasn't really expecting.
Which was really cool.
Yeah. So I really loved it. I thought it was a very beautiful story and very well written. My only thing is that I wish it was longer because it's a very small little book, but I loved it. And I love this edition. It's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
The paperback is really cool too, but there's something about this one that I just really love.
It's a little bit pearlescent, I think. It's just really beautiful.
I don't know if you can see when I turn it, but it is kind of almost iridescent in a way. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say about it, but I loved it.
No, I really loved it too, and I just loved I'm a big fan of any kind of cultural psychology type stuff. So the whole idea of collective grieving is fascinating to me, and it was just a really beautiful, intelligent book, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I read The Refrigerator Monologues by Catherynne and Valente, which I bought at a library sale because Sue saw it and she's like, oh, I have this book. And I was like, oh, okay. And I looked at it and she said it sounded cool and I thought so too. So I bought it.
I actually haven't read it yet.
Yeah, so
I've had it for a long time and it's so small. I'm like, why haven't I fucking read this yet?
it's a quick read. And it's a good read. It was simultaneously fun and sad. Like I mentioned this before. So the female characters in like superhero narratives are often like killed off or experience some kind of trauma to like further the story of the male protagonist. And so these are the stories of those women. And so what happens is when they die, they go to this dead place and then they all hang out together at a cafe there and they call themselves the Hell Hath Club. And so they just kind of talk about their stories and how they ended up there. And there was one woman who was talking about how like the male protagonist in the story, like he didn't mean any ill will. Like he just kind of, if you were around him and you got caught in his vortex, it was like all of your luck went to him and you didn't have any for yourself. And it was just such a sad thing because it sounded like the male protagonist in that story like genuinely loved the people around him. It just like, and he couldn't control it. He wasn't trying to do it. But he lost them all and like they all lost their lives and it was just like, it was really sad. But no, this is actually a funny book too. So I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm just emotional. But no, it's a really, there's a lot of like really funny stuff in this book and there's actually a story from like a villain's perspective, a female villain's perspective as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I really need to pick that one up.
It's really cool. I liked it. It was really good. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I dug it. It was a good read.
So we both did pretty well on this challenge, right? Because we took each other's recommendations.
Yeah, probably.
We haven't done a reading each other's favorite books in a long time.
Oh, we haven't.
Yeah.
And we've had like mixed.
We have had mixed results with that.
We have.
So
no,
we don't always love each other's favorites.
We do a lot of the time, but we do not always.
Time.
Yeah. We have very similar tastes, but not exactly the same.
True. So maybe next year we'll do this again because this year we're going to be scrambling to finish this challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, next year we'll have to come up with something cool for that.
Yeah, and I really like this beer.
It's very tasty.
Like I would buy it again for sure.
Yeah, I would buy this IPA.
GFJ.
Also, I kind of find this can like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's got some sort of weird grapefruit plant.
Grapefruit hop.
Ah, yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Grapefruit hop. Anyway, so if you've finished this challenge, let us know what you read and how that went.
Yeah.
For you, if you've read either of these books.
Let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for us this time.
And we did I should have already posted a readathon announcement that we're doing for the If You Gotta Read It challenge. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out
and join us. Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it for us. So thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.
Bye.